Hags, eavesdroppers, free feeders, as hinted.
Change is afoot. Make sure you're signed up at poogpodcast.com for big updates ahead.
In the meantime, our trove of special episodes celebrating the past 15 months of Berlant and Novak continues.
Today, we're taking you behind the paywall to Paris.
To Paris. Yes. Every month, we record a special bonus episode
for our premium subscribers who fund our show. You're about to hear one of their favorite bonus releases. This is from last April
when we found ourselves in Paris at the same time. Without further ado, please enjoy this special peek behind the premium curtain. May it whet your palate, your curiosity, because it is, in fact, a great time to go premium. Hint, hint.
Here is Paris.
Are you shocked?
She's singing in Hebrew. No, I'm not shocked.
All right. Anyway, hi. Me running around, getting the Afikoman. All right. I found the Afikoman.
You're the youngest one?
Oh my God. Yeah, me and Chris were the children running around.
Jacqueline found the Afikoman. Okay. Is that a bug? Yeah, there's a weird beetle right there. Should I be scared?
People are wondering what the hell happened in Paris.
Okay,
Paris
so here
bonus.
we are.
Paris bonus.
Welcome to Paris, to the Paris bonus episode.
I'm pulling up video, I'm pulling up photographic references.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, just really quick, I'm having the puffiest under eyes that I have, and it sounds exaggerated, in my entire life. I woke up, is this like I wake up one day and then this is just hello?
No, I know. I had that a month ago where I go, what? Okay. Because I always thought, you know, anything you don't suffer from, you think is they're doing something. This is, again, one of my core ideas. We believe if something, not really, but if we believe if we don't have something, it's because we've done something right.
Right.
And we're like, so I guess that's not going to happen. Then one day you wake up, right? They're puffed out like two fish. Right?
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
goldfish.
I had a lot of olives and pickles last night, but
that's business as usual.
And some pet nat, but like, Jesus.
Now I am pulling up where it all began.
Okay. So first of all,
I think we can tell a humorous version of the first part.
Yeah, of course.
Lead up, because that's, of course, I do think hysterical.
Okay, so here's the context. Some context. I'm also pulling up photos for us to track the memory.
Big.
So, Jacqueline and I were both working in London. So this is great news. And
this is your perspective. We'll do two perspectives.
Okay, we'll do two perspectives. Yeah. Jacqueline and I are both working in London.
She said.
Okay,
you choose who's the he.
We're both working in London. I have days off, right? So I was thinking to myself ahead of everything, like, oh, I should go to Paris. It's a 2-hour train ride, whatever. Could be cool. But I also was like, am I really going to do that? You know, I was sort of on the edge.
That was genuinely in your mind. I don't care if it wasn't before, but it was truly in your mind?
Yeah, of course. I've done it before. I've gone to Paris from London.
All right. Good.
Jacqueline has a stand-up show in Paris. And I was working the day Jacqueline had her show, so I was like, well, I won't be able to do that. But see, this is why the memory's fading. Oh yeah, we were doing Lima.
Mine will trigger you.
Okay, go ahead.
You want me to go?
Yeah,
maybe it's funny this way, actually. Okay. So, you know, we all get things in our minds, right? And we all live trying to organize the chaos.
Yes, we do.
Make choices, create meaning, whatever. Huge decision whether or not Chris is also going to London, all this kind of stuff, right? It all comes down to this idea that I'm going off to Europe, including London. Why to book the London shows? To get away from the world as I know it, right? Mm. To go to an anonymous place where I could work free with the Brits watching me. And just a general sense of, you know, no one's watching. You know, I'm on a different planet. Now, it turned out that everyone I know, 7 colleagues, 2 family members, everyone's in London at the same time, whatever.
Yeah, you London, come on.
You gotta let, I know, you gotta let it go. So anyway, but I decided I was going, this was a solo trip. This was samurai mode, which is when I need to be in the I, not the we. Because with the partner, there's an inherent we consciousness that I get into. Yeah. And I'm going to be on stage alone with my show, new show, got to think as an I. So I've decided I've gotten into my head. It was alone the whole time, right?
And I want to say this. I didn't know that. I just want to come in and say I didn't know that.
Right. No, right. That information came late, okay, for you. So, also, you were like, why can't... There was a period where I was in sheer chaos, still in the States. And as you know, I mean, the extent to which I don't plan, except for like, okay, I got to leave for Europe on Monday, like, can't find my passport. That's like real.
Yeah.
So Kate kept asking me what my dates were in London, and because they weren't in front of my eyes, I could not answer, right? They were never in front of my eyes when she was asking. And so she's just like, I keep getting these texts like, is there a reason you're unwilling to give me your London dates, right? And I'm like, no, it's just like, whatever, it's soon, I don't know. All to say, it comes time, Kate and I go to Lima HQ, as people have seen.
As you've all seen.
And
Incredible.
we had a great conversation with Lucy, which will be coming out as, I think, in some form.
Lucy,
anyway.
the founder of Lima, yeah.
Yeah, where we pitched this concept, and she loved it, of groups of friends going in on one Lima, town Lima.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're there. Kate's in front of me. Kate's feeling the love, okay? She glances at me and she goes, I can't believe we're not going to Paris together. We're both here, okay? She goes, I can't believe we're both here, okay? And I go, oh, well, I'm trying to hold a boundary, blah, 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 right? Not because, and this is something I don't know if I've even had a chance to say it yet, or I've said it 3 times and you were fixated on something else and so it didn't pass through. It's never that I think I'm going to have a better time without you.
I know that.
Okay?
I know that.
You're the drug.
And again, I want to say, I was genuinely, I didn't know the samurai mode. Being alone, essential, carving out alone time. I'm going to do this alone. Genuinely total respect for that. I wasn't approaching it from that because I was hearing maybe Chris is going to come, maybe my mom's going to come. You know what I mean? So I was like,
no, totally. And I had even said to you this thing of, it's like alone is the standard, but first dibs, I was saying on, because if my mother, and it was unlikely, if my mother was willing to go to Paris, and she's never been, and I wanted to give her that option, I would sacrifice the alone for that.
Of course.
I would have to at least give Chris, in my mind, another shot, okay, for us to experience Paris. I've never been.
Yeah, of course.
Blah, 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 whatever. Point is, it's like 2 days before I'm going, we're together at Lima HQ.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the moment at Lima HQ. Okay, Kate lives a great life. How does she do
As
it?
usual,
She's constantly
not
thinking
the
ahead. Okay? She's thinking ahead. She's thinking, how can I enjoy tonight? How can I enjoy tomorrow? How can I enjoy next week? So, and there's power in that. Okay? So anyway, I can't believe we're going to Paris. I feel my stomach clench up with, I'm disappointing Kate. Will I be able to hold this boundary of my vision of this whole thing, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then, or do I just say, fuck it, because who fucking cares? But then, blah, 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 whatever. So you're like, I'm not pushing it. And then a few minutes later, you're like, okay, just one pitch. I can see it in your eyes. One pitch. Us in Paris.
Yeah.
Okay, this has really haunted me. You go, memories for a lifetime.
Really? I don't remember
Yeah, memories for a lifetime. Okay, 2 friends in Paris. Really? And it's like, I'm the psychopath. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, so I sort of feel whatever. We go to lunch after Lima, no, it's fine. You're like, the book is closed.
Wait,
You're like, the book
nice
is closed.
Yeah. I go, don't worry, you're free. I'm not gonna make you go to Paris with me. Yeah.
Okay, but and then you're like, what is it? And it's something. There was one moment where you're like, it's closed, right? At lunch, like whatever. And I was like, guys, I really, I feel bad. So then the next morning, okay, I'm like, whatever. The next morning, I'm coming to Paris. Okay, text message, I'm coming to Paris. I'm not gonna infringe on you, right?
Right.
I'll be there just in case you want to. Hey, get dinner. Like you're trying to be cash, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're like, but it's funny. It's like, I'm coming to Paris. You know what I mean? So then I go, well, now, Kate, I mean, this is friendship to me. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like friendship. This is family. This is
this is family.
Realness of going like, well, now my solitude is at your expense. Like, oh, we're going to be at dinner separately, like a mile away from each other. My solitude is, and then bullshit because it's like, I'm actively not having dinner with my friend. It's like, I'm not going to do that, whatever. I forget how it all plays out, but you were very respectful. And as a result, it ended up me going, all right, where are we going to dinner? All right,
No. It's actually even better. It's even better.
Yeah.
So I was like, genuinely, I was like, she's having her thing. I was like, by the way, I initially was like, oh, wow, me traveling alone to Paris. That was also in my vision of this life.
Yes.
So I was like, this is for the best. And I was even like, you know what? I was like, and I said this to you later, and I meant it. I was like, there's something really kind of cool and cozy about being like, okay, I'm traveling to a city alone, but Jacqueline's there. If, my hand gets chopped off or whatever, call her screaming. It's like, it's cozy to be like, there's someone there. Yeah. Okay. So
It's hysterical, Kate.
So I
Call 3, like your headphones. 3 people. The call goes out to 3 people. You call 3 different emergency services to be witnessed when your headphones died inexplicably.
I I know.
I'm talking, anyway.
That is okay. I didn't even talk about that on the podcast. My Bose headphones.
Oh, you
my
did?
Bluetooth. I did.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
of
what
course
I'm
I did.
referencing for the listener. Remember, it was like I was like, how many people did you text? You're like 3.
3. Yeah.
Like your mom, John, me, or something.
No, John would never be on for that.
Right. He
Naomi.
wouldn't suffer. No, Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi, my mom. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh,
sorry, so you go, it's even better than that.
So I go, okay, this is fine. So I book my thing. I book my, my fancy hotel. I go, fuck it. A night in Paris alone, splurge. I take the train in. I'm absolutely euphoric. I get off the train and I'm in Paris. It's noon, and I get a text from Jacqueline. You make it in or something like that.
I was there. I went there the night before.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You were already there.
I was already in.
So she's
at my
like,
Airbnb.
You make it
after.
in, and I was like, yes, it's unbelievable. And by the way, the weather was just. I mean, it was the most beautiful. It was shocking. So I was like, yes, I'm here. It's unbelievable. I didn't say. And then moments later, Jacqueline texts me, lunch ? Or it's either lunch ? Or like,
I know.
Want to meet up? And I just was like,
want to come over? Or something?
It brought me joy because truly was not expecting it. I wasn't I thought maybe she'll want to get a drink tonight, something, I don't know. But I was expecting to spend the full day alone into the evening. Jacqueline,
I was almost like, do I dare ask?
And then
like, will she be pissed? But now I'm coming for her.
I was so excited. I immediately say, well, because she's staying in the Marais, I'm staying in the First. I'm like, there's a lunch place that I've heard have to go to, and called Chez Omar, folks. Keep it in your heart. It happens to be a couple blocks from where Jacqueline's staying. I'm going here, and even because I wanted to keep pressure light. I go, I'm going here for lunch.
Right.
Feel free.
See, that is so good because it puts nothing on me in terms of like, you're going to be happy regardless. That's what I want from people, right? Like,
I'm going to
you
lunch.
would be happy to enjoy lunch at Omar, and I'm sort of catching a ride or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I don't get my shit together in time, you're not ruined.
Yeah. No, so I go to Chez Omar, which is, and I was like, Jacqueline's going to like this because it's Moroccan food, or it's like, going to be easily vegetarian, vegan, whatever. So it's like a traditional French brasserie. I don't know the difference between a bistro and a brasserie. I don't speak French. It's not the culture I know. So I go in, I'm immediately in ecstasy because it couldn't be more French. It's 2:00. There's a French woman drinking rosé, having a long, what I assume to be a long lunch alone. There's, I think, one other couple there. It was sparse. I think
there's a man seated near the window.
There is. Mm-hmm.
Seems like
yes,
might
there
be
is.
regular.
Certainly is an older gentleman. So I go in there in my broken French, beyond broken. All I can say is I don't speak French. And Monsieur, je suis désolé, je ne parle pas français. He seats me in the corner. I'm white tablecloth, beautiful. And I go, why can't we fucking have this in America? Why can't we have this in America? I'm sitting there.
No.
And I said, eventually Jacqueline joined me, obviously, but one of the details, I go, open your ears, silence, no sound. They're not blasting Discover Weekly. They're not blasting the Maitre D's Discover Weekly playlist. It's just quiet. Oh yeah. It's just quiet. You hear the clank of a few dishes and
you hear the breeze rolling past.
He brings me, and this sounds like I tend to speak hyperbolically. I'm not speaking hyperbolically. One of the most delicious meals I've ever had. So simple. Huge plate. And by the way, this I think this was under $20.
Yeah.
Like huge plate of couscous. And my friend, I'm not a big lamb person. Okay. It's not really my thing. My friend was like, get the merguez. I say, okay, I get the merguez. These 3 links of merguez, unfucking believable. And a bowl, a big steel, looks like sterling silver. It's not, but like that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Steel bowl with a ladle of this stewed vegetable, brothy stuff.
Heaven.
And so there you are. And then a big bowl and you make your own couscous merguez. I mean, I'm craving it. It was
I want it now,
inexplicably delicious. I mean, it was so simple.
Everything
it was
about
done
it.
so perfectly.
Simple.
I
There was
could have
no
cried.
pretense to the whole thing.
He slammed it down. Yeah.
We
So
were
then
talking about why can't we have this? You know, the whole thing, right?
No. So I'm sitting there. I'm already starting to eat. I'm an it's
you're
heaven.
self-sufficient.
Jacqueline's like, I'm blocks
You're
away.
self-satisfied. Literal blocks away.
So this for me is an amazing,
down.
this for me is the peak of happiness, which is I'm sitting there alone, you might say, but Jacqueline's on the way and I'm eating great food.
Right, you're getting both. You're getting both.
Exactly.
You're getting little practices, a little woman alone. That you
Exactly.
Like and go, look,
Within
if she
the
didn't even
safety.
show up, I'd be fine. I'd be fine.
I'd be
right?
fine. And then
I do.
in comes Jacqueline. She sits down.
I put on.
We
a
are,
red
by the way,
lip for Kate.
matching.
I look like a slob, but I dashed a little red color across my lips. Just, we're in Paris. I want Kate to feel something.
Incredible. What a sweet detail.
We're both in green sweaters. You're in your Archer sweater.
We
I'm
are
just in my.
No, actually, I want to say that there's a
Uniqlo
better
green.
there's a different detail here, which is that it wasn't until we left
Oh yeah,
and you, like a sister, you said, do you mind if I wear this green sweater? Because we'll be matching.
right. If I take
I
off
said,
my coat, even I
bust
think
it
it's
out.
hot. I
Yeah.
was like, do you mind if I take this off? This
And
layer
we
off. So
are
you could-
twins. We're both wearing
green
and there was
sweaters,
something else
schoolgirls.
that made us look alike, just our heads. I don't know.
Probably our
but
hair.
Jacqueline orders the veggie, the
I want my
couscous
own
with the vegetable
heaven.
stew. And was it not just spectacularly delicious?
See, because here's the thing, couscous, right? I'm not always ordering the couscous in life
No.
at all, right? Almost to a point of, do I like couscous? Okay. This experience, this was couscous. Okay. This was what couscous was about the whole time. And then what was amazing is, we're glancing around, we're doing a cute thing with the waiter, and I'm trying to look, I love language. Okay. I love to
It's
learn
very
language.
sweet, Jacqueline speaking French.
It's gone. It's gone. Okay, it's gone. It would come back if I studied again. But I was telling Kate, I won contests in high school. Now where is it? I was actually feeling resentful of my teacher. Like, what was it all for? Years of study, and now can barely do anything. But I like to stretch with what I have because I think they'll be so delighted. Wait, if I don't stop that, it's going to do it every 10 minutes.
Okay, great. She's stopping something.
I'm already imagining that Paris is forced to become a double. Like, it's forced to become next week also. Because,
Well, it might be.
It's
it might
flying.
be too good. It might be too good. It
So,
hasn't crossed my mind. Okay, keep going.
that couscous.
You're talking about
Anyway,
speaking French.
We're there. Sorry. So we're there. I'm like stretching with,
And I want to say something.
it
'cause
is
there's this
dishonorable
cliche.
that I cannot speak. you know.
Yeah. There's this big thing about Paris. The French are rude. And it's like, I mean, kind of, sure. I actually don't find British people being more fucking polite. I got to be honest. There's this thing of it's intimidating. There's the French waiter. But Jacqueline is, struggling through her French. He's charmed. She's being sweet. She's
They like
being
when you
kind.
try, supposedly.
Yes, of course.
It's when you act
And
like
so-
they should just speak English.
Did you
and-
notice he was like kind of speaking French to me? Like he thought that I knew French, maybe. And that
Like you were silent, almost like your silence was 'cause you were
silent.
respectfully letting the little girl try.
Yeah. And then so because he said something to me in French, and I in this weird way kind of went like nodded, like yeah, like I didn't want to break the illusion
That's just
that I was
didn't
actually
notice.
could speak French way less than you. But the point is, we're there. It's heaven. We're having our meal. They're
There's
closing.
a man.
soon.
We're looking around. We're starting to
Mm-hmm.
connect with people. Okay. The waiter, we're having a connection. We look over. There's this other guy who seems to be sort of one of these guys that, they sit in the cafe all day in Europe. They're looking around. They're looking at the people. If there's tourists in there, they're kind of like, they might get into a conversation with the tourists. They're kind of just like living, like waiting to see what's next, who rolls in. They're ready to talk. You know what I mean?
He's got it. He's
Seems
got
like
a
that.
cane. Yeah.
It seems
He,
like, is he trying to talk to us? And are we kind of into it? right?
So what happened, I want to say we're paying. Oh, no. First of all, I just want to say brings over the best espresso I've ever had in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And without, because, you know, the whole thing, the culture of, listen, I like some hot milk,
Berlant.
right?
She will ask the guy at the hotel door, early Poog, right? Excuse me, I'm so sorry, but do you think I can have this steamed?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Little guy goes down. I think we were together for that. It was great. Anyway.
And what happened to it? He steamed
Asking
the milk?
for the hotel, he brings the room service and you go,
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. To me, I go, guys, take the extra step. It's the difference between pleasure and disappointment. In what world do you order milk with hot coffee and the milk arrives fresh out of the fridge cold? Well, you fuck the temperature of the coffee. I mean, it's insane to me.
I think
anyway,
it's an
so
American
I always am
concept
really
of cooling down the coffee. Splash, splash.
I think it's American laziness and the sickness
No,
of
right.
America.
I just mean I think that's where people make the idea that it's okay. Go on.
It's not laziness. It's something else. It's okay. But the point is, we order a couple coffees with a little bit of milk on the side. You help me order the milk on the side. I'm expecting him to roll his eyes. He doesn't. Here appears 2 espressos and a fucking vessel of steamed milk, little sidecar. And
Foaming.
and it was, the coffee was absolutely exceptional. It was out of this world. I'm sorry. It was amazing. Okay. So then we're paying, and the older gentleman, the regular, as we assume, comes over on his cane. He's got a hat on. And I notice he makes some comment because it's American Express. This all going in the American Express ad that hire us.
Hello, Amex.
And then he makes some reference to the waiter, like American Express, like says something about American. Did you catch that? Says something to the waiter, like what I'm assuming is like you take American Express something, and the waiter kind of like puts his arm, kind of shrugs it off, whatever, we pay. The guy starts maybe speaking in French, or says to you, like, do you speak French? Or like,
and we play.
Let's speak French. Let's practice. He immediately sits down. He pulls up a chair, and I go, I'm a little nervous about it, just because I'm like, how am I gonna
get out?
Like I was a little bit like, I was charmed because it was like, oh, this is fun, but I was also like, it's a little bold. He pulls up a chair. We start talking.
I start to, because I figured out before you. This is his place.
He's the owner, folks. He's the owner of Chez Omar. He's not just a regular. And then I start speaking, and then, because I don't speak a word of French, suddenly it comes out, hablas español, sí, un poco, pero es una lástima because he's Spanish. I'm like, mi familia es, mi madre, toda su familia es de Málaga y Andalucía. He goes, he had a restaurant in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
Which I still have to look into this, Jacqueline, because I
you
could have
remember
sworn it. I'm like, was it called Chez Omar? There was a
moment where people were losing their mind over a particular place's couscous, right?
Yes.
Maybe that was that one of the heights of the couscous frenzy?
I'm looking it up right now because I can't bear to.
Yeah, you got to know.
This isn't it.
And then
I don't know what's going on.
We'll drop into the episode my video from Chez Omar, because what does Jacqueline Novak do? I'm a filmmaker, okay? I grab footage whenever I can. Me and Kate, I got it on the way to the place. Here.
Unbelievable. Let's video, of course. Here we are.
That's the sound of Chez Omar.
I've really got to step it up with the French. I've been too.
The din of Chez Omar.
So we have this interaction with him. We're sailing. He tells us he pays $14,000 a month in rent, or like 14,000 freaking euro. Like, yeah, I believe it. It's Paris. You're in the Marais. So we leave. We're ecstatic. The waiter loves us.
Oh, we had an interesting moment.
What?
So I had this realization, okay, which is you got to be careful as a tourist. Okay, it's not what you think I'm going to say. You get afraid to look the fool. Okay, and so we almost didn't go into this park.
Oh yeah, this was huge
because there was a little gate.
There's a gorgeous park opposite Chez Omar. Yeah,
little gate, little closed gate. And we go, oh, I guess maybe it's not open. We're too afraid to go over and pull on the gate.
Gramercy Park, it's only for the residents?
Yeah, exactly. But we go, no, I'm not going to be afraid. I walk over, pull on the gate. It opens. Into the park we go. It's glorious. We're taking photos in front of cherry blossoms.
Because of fear of looking like an idiot with the gate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Paris
we don't
is in
want to
bloom.
look like we're dragging on a gate that isn't meant to be opened.
Paris is in bloom, and I have to say, so many gorgeous men. I really was like, this is so interesting. Like, I don't know if the men were Frenchy, but I'm seeing a lot of really well-dressed men in their late 40s, 50s that are making me confused.
Which is isn't that the promise of Paris? Isn't that what they promised us Europe was? And then we
I know,
thought
and I always thought that wasn't real. Yeah.
Or maybe that was in the 60s or something.
I don't know.
It seemed to be, well, here was the big thing that we talked about, I think, was significant. And here's what we longed for and said, why aren't we, you're part of something bigger than yourself. You're a Parisian, if you're a Parisian, right? And your life inherently has romance. Mm-hmm. Whatever the hell your job is, whatever the hell, okay, you have an identity. You are part of the fabric of being a Parisian in this way. Now, I think New York has that in a different way.
Yes.
Okay, you're like, if you do nothing in this life but be a New Yorker, pretty good, right?
Yeah, totally.
But the entire just the cafe culture, the people, every corner, people enjoying each other's company.
We walked by teenagers making out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, American teenagers aren't making out. We walked through teenagers in a little doorway, tonguing each other down.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, oh my God, Paris.
So we go to a vintage store. Kate's in shopping mode. Reminds me much of Turks and Caicos when I came up with a strong shell from under the water and down she went diving. Remember when you were shopping underwater?
Yeah.
Looking for a shell to bring home? Anyway, but here we were actually in a store. we were in a vintage store.
It's called Nice Piece Vintage. I got a couple purses there over the years. Yeah.
And you got some earrings you're looking at, you're going,
well,
no, I know. I mean, you've got some in your hands in the store. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another huge moment for the friendship. Not really, but okay. You're wondering about these earrings. You even tell me
clip-ons. Yeah.
Clip-ons. You tell me that you go, they got clip-ons here. So it's starting mushrooms the whole time, right? They've got clip-ons here. I don't have my ears pierced. It's meant to be, right? And you go, sometimes I can't trust myself. Sometimes I can't trust myself. Sometimes I'll pick something out and it's hideous. Okay. Right?
Yeah. But I'm looking at these earrings. And I'm going, are these fabulous or are they like bad? Can't tell.
And the truth is it all, it's art. Right?
Who knows? Exactly. I'm pulled by the romance.
It's everything.
And I'm like, I want to buy because I'm like, I am in Paris and I'm like,
here
are the earrings that I bought, I was motivated. And when I decided, let me think about them. I snap 14 photos of myself in them. And there's also something interesting that's happening. No one has sent them to. Time difference.
Oh,
the time difference. Yeah. I go, I can't really send these to.
See, you send with the expectation that you'll get an instant response. I mean, I guess so do I in a lot of scenarios, but I also don't. Anyway, point is, like I would fire it off, let it arrive at 3 a.m. for them in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. So we leave. Now we strike off. I don't remember what you want, whatever. We find our way around. We're walking
just
around.
Strolling at this point.
Oh, but the funny thing about you, your personality. So as you posted online, right? Your personality characteristics were on display like never before, right?
Yeah.
It was like
what do you mean?
Well, you were in this state of what I think you were joyful, I think, right?
Joyful beyond.
Right.
Elated.
So
almost
speed,
manic joy.
Right. So that's, yes. So the speed, so you were walking at a speed, like you were tilted into the wind. Okay. And it's that thing where then I would almost, cause it's weird to sort of forcefully be the one like walking slow.
I'm so glad
I would be like, let's slow down. Right. But
I didn't even notice. But
it was even once we almost didn't have a destination. Although I think you kind of wanted a destination. I think you...
No. We didn't have that. We were truly just strolling.
Right. When it got to we're just strolling.
Flaniers.
What?
Flanier. Flaneur.
Flaneur?
Flanier. Yeah.
Just strolling?
Yeah.
So...
You start slowing me down. You're like... And I'm like, oh my God, of course. Like, let me... No, but Jacqueline, you left me the funniest... You remember what you said because you need to say it. How you described the pace I was walking?
I don't remember.
You said, I'm going to find it on voice note. You said you were walking at the pace of my mother's about to get on a flight. I'm not going to see her for 12 years and need to get to the airport in time. I don't want to injure people around me. I don't want to walk so fast that I
knock people over.
Health threat. But I need to get there.
Yeah, focused. Like I'm staying calm because actually only calmness will serve me now. Like, but I am like, I'm going to move around these people in this way. That's just, okay. You know, like let's all stay calm. We're going to move quickly, but we're not going to lose our limbs.
Yeah. Cause I can fall
yeah.
and then really not make it. Yeah.
Your eyes are darting around, you know, and it's very interesting because.
And we're pausing it though, at every doorway. We're going to look at that. The colors, everything. And that is when, listen, traveling alone, having an experience alone, its own kind of euphoria, absolutely, taking it in alone. But some shit, you want to share it. You want it to go on.
Now, had I moved yet? I can't remember.
Yes, you had just moved, but you still had the key to the old Airbnb, which was
But
really
I think
amazing.
that's the next
Jacqueline,
day, Kate, because...
We didn't hang out the next day. We didn't hang out the next day. No, that was the day you had moved to the new hotel.
So was I already there 2 nights? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Point is, so I step outside of my place in London, my place that's connected to the Laslet, their apartments, love them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I recorded in their space. You've seen it. I pack up. I step outside. Now I go, I got to get to Paris. That's the way I can do it linearly. And this is why me alone actually works for ADD. No one else, it would be chaos. The night before, people would be asking things. I can't think about that at my last show, right? I can only think about the thing ahead of me. So I go, I got to pack. Okay, I packed. Now I'm going to get outside. I get outside the room. I've done the thing. I'm out by the time I'm supposed to be out. Now I got to get to Paris. How am I getting to Paris? Train ride, right? Got it. Get my trainer. Okay, where am I staying, right? And actually the night before I booked really speedy, a little flat, okay, a little, looked like bungalow, floor level, garden level, just sort of Parisian dream. You're an artist, you know, that's your space, whatever. And I could tell it was charming. People loved it, whatever. And I was like, oh, because I've been looking at a lot of hotels and going, this is a huge thing. If I'm going to shell out for luxury, I kind of want to do the research, right? If there's no, if money's not an object for some reason, okay, I'd say fuck it and book one and whatever, right? But I don't want to spring for it and then be bummed.
And I want to say that you landed on, because I texted my friend who's spent a long time in Paris over the years, really trust her takes. I was like, where do you like to stay? And she was like, she was like expensive, but like fabulous is Chateau Voltaire, where I ended up going. And she was like, I really love this place called The Sinner in the Marais. People make fun of me because that's what it's called. And it's vaguely sex themed, but the rooms are gorgeous. That's where you ended up saying they changed. Change of hands, same property, but it's now called Experimental Marais. Yeah. I think the sex stuff is obviously gone.
Yeah. Like it's still like, yeah.
By the way, there's a masseuse there. I tell you this later.
Yeah.
That there's a masseuse that had been working there when it was The Sinner, who I had 2 friends the masseuse made come from massage. No physical touch to the genitals, but I guess massaging around the thighs. Made 2 people come.
That's
Is that not insane?
Insane. Now, did the first one
book?
this happen and the second one went in with the expectation?
It's a really good question. No, I think it was crazier than that. Like that was a place people were staying, and then it was like, yeah, I have like quite the massage. Like I had quite the massage. Like I came
oh
too.
My God, do you think they're a like wizard, like a literal witch?
Something? I don't know.
Plastic. Designed to last forever, what some would call a worthy goal, and yet most of us, well, we only use it once. What does it do? It doesn't disappear. No. Microplastics accumulate in our homes, our water, and you guessed it, our bodies.
I never thought my cleaning routine for my house had anything to do with plastic exposure until I started paying attention to ingredients. And lately I've been thinking more and more about plastic, not just what we throw away, but the tiny particles that we don't see. And these particles are in our cleaning products and we inhale them and they get into our skin. And it's very scary to me. And that's why I love Blueland.
Ever since Blueland first sent their products, Kate and I have been pretty committed. What are they doing? They're trying to make it easy for everyone to make sustainable choices. Clean products that are hardworking can be the norm, not the exception. Why? So you can do better for yourself and the planet at the same time.
I love Blueland products. I use them in my home, throughout my home. I think probably my favorite Blueland product, if I had to pick, are the dishwasher tablets. I go through tons of them. It's so nice to know that you're not washing down everything that you put your food on in plastic constantly.
I love the toilet tablets, especially There they are in a little tin. Boom, into the toilet they go. They get to work on their own, making it even easier to clean. Yeah, they've got cleaning sprays, toilet bowl cleaner, dishwasher, and laundry detergent tablets. Blueland products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands, and the formulas are free from dyes, parabens, and harsh chemicals.
Blueland is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. Blueland has a special offer for our listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/hags.
You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/hags for 15% off. That's blueland.com/hags to get 15% off.
So this is, okay, so I get to my Airbnb the night before, right? And I go in, and two things I love about it. Huge, old building, right? And it's humongous, blue door, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to step over. This was the thing I'm fixated on in some certain European, where the door at the bottom is like stepping through a window. Because they got to protect from floods, right? So you step over the threshold to go in, and my little thing, it looks like a window with shutters, but actually, there's a door behind there. Go in. It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's tiny. It's a bed. It's a bathroom, but it's they've done the thing.
Tiny.
It's as tiny as you can get, but they've really done a good job with, using the space and making it like, okay, the shower's right there, but the floor, they do a little separation where they have these tiles that kind of a diagonal that make, this is the bathroom, this is whatever. It's totally great. And all of that. But, I was alone and, right, of course, because I didn't spend the night. And it was funny. It was like, and they had this great lighting fixture. So you go, these people get it, right? And they did. But the pillows for me, glancing at them, looked a little sad. And something about that.
You arrived there at night. You had arrived the previous night.
Which is a huge issue.
Arriving
I've
at
learned,
night to any location is hard to be avoided.
Hotel, it can feel creepy. Now, it's got to be really, really nice to not feel weird. So
particularly if you're arriving into an Airbnb alone at night, to me, that's hell. Because arriving late to a hotel, at least there's someone there. Hi, welcome.
I call Chris, right? We do the whole, he goes, this looks incredible. I go, I know. Can you believe this? This is a dream. I'm an artist, whatever, right?
Yeah.
We do the whole thing. He goes, I want to live. I go, you think it's all right, right? He goes, yeah, we should move in. Find out how much, can we live there? I'll come to Paris. We'll live there. The whole thing, right? And then I start to go, okay, I just start to go, and I start to look and I go, I think I'm getting out of here. Now it was so cheap because it was like $500 for, I don't know, whatever, that I actually said, I don't care if I can't get it back or get some of the nights back or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay. And so I look up.
A lot of places have 24-hour too. Like you probably only lost a night's worth or whatever. Yeah.
And I'm going, it was like $80. I mean,
Yeah.
And so then I look, experimental Murray. I go, I'm headed over there. I'm just, okay. And I go, I'm not even going to say anything to Chris yet. I'm going to, I take a cab, I book it, I go over there. It's like 11:30 at night or something. The guy was a dream. Okay. The guy at the desk, he was exactly what you want. He was French, but he was totally welcoming. It was almost like, I was a traveler, who had finally made it in.
Of course.
Oh no, we're so happy you're here. Yes, you do have the reservation. Okay. And and he takes me up and he shows me all the things. Rooms. They just, it's similar to what I liked about the Lotte in Seattle, where they have
the best
art. Art and frames kind of leaning, like almost like a home, like just like leaning against a thing. There's different elements. Mm-hmm. There's choices being made. There's a vibe. And I can understand why it was like a sexual hotel, because the bathroom is sort of this tiled, world unto itself. You know what I mean? Windowless, whatever. And I go, yes, okay, it's big, the big bed with a big puffy, okay, there's 8 pillows and the whole thing. And so then I called Chris, I put him on, I set up the shot, I leaned the phone up against the thing across from the bed, FaceTimed him, then got in position. And so when he picked up, you just see me, I jump, I dive, I fly through the air and I land on the pillowy bed. And he sees that I've changed.
Arrived.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very me, because this is how I do it, right? I go, I change, I pivot, I get what I want, whatever. And he's like, and I'm like, I know you wanted to live in that other place. He's like, no, it would have been hell for us to live in that other place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, so anyway, it was one of the greatest upgrades I've ever done. Next day,
Incredible.
Kate's there, and I go, I still have my key. They haven't even responded about me trying to get my thing back. Let me show you the whole place.
Yeah, so there we are. We
right in my key.
through the beautiful streets of the Marais. And then Jacqueline has this key. We go in, we pee. I was like, I gotta take a piss. This is amazing.
Yeah, still my room.
It's almost like, it would be so deluxe. You book a hotel in a city, and then you book the cheapest Airbnb you can find, but in a walkable part of town where you may want to hang out.
Oh my God.
And that's your toilet. And that's where you drop off bags or jackets. You're like, okay, well.
Right, that's your locker.
Can you that's your locker space.
There are
take a nap in the middle of town.
You got to think this way. It's like when I used to be like, oh, you could eat for a week ordering off the sides menu of a restaurant. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you know what I mean? Like you gotta think this way. It's like,
well, guess what? I'm going back to Paris, and I'm
looking into it too because
I'm going back and I booked a cheap Airbnb because Jacqueline and I that night, and I know don't worry, we're going to cover every detail, but at one point we're walking through Saint-Germain-du-Pré. I can't even say it.
Yeah.
We're walking. It's so beautiful. We're looking up. We're going, look at this. Look at these places. I go, I got an Airbnb because Chateau Voltaire, so much to talk about. We're going to have to do a part
and
two.
I do have video of all these places at least. So
we're going to have to do
that can be dropped in. Yeah.
But the point is I realized Chateau Voltaire was so gorgeous, but expensive in this way where I'm like, I didn't really, because I want to be out in the street. Day in Paris, you're not hanging out.
Yeah.
I didn't even get room service breakfast. I just got out of the room. So I was like, if I'm going back to Paris for 2 nights, I'm doing a cheap Airbnb in an amazing part of town.
Right.
That good enough reviews for me. Get out, walk around. It's just, it's a locker. It's a sleep chamber. It's not the place we're going to be hanging
Particularly, out. No, I think it was the right move in 1,000 ways. We learned a lot. Okay. And it continues to be the case. This is a Novak principle of travel, okay? You can never say whether it is definitively whether hotels are better than Airbnbs or Airbnbs are better than hotels. It depends.
It really depends, which is always hard to hear, but it's true. It depends.
I mean, I've booked one. I'm going to Hudson for the week. So everyone will be hearing about that.
The whole week?
Yeah. Big time writing, immersion. Anyway, but we'll get into that. But
with your editor physically?
No, with my friend, not my editor, but physically we'll be working with my friend. Anyway, we'll talk about that. But hold on. We haven't even talked about dinner at the place from 1800s.
Okay, so then I made a reservation at Brasserie Lipp, which is a classic. People who know Paris will go, yes, of course. It's kind of you can do no harm is what it like. Classic, one of the oldest.
Do no wrong.
Again, is it a bistro or is it a brasserie?
You can't go wrong there. Is the do no harm?
Yeah, my 2 kind of Paris people were like, yeah, it's great. It's like old classic French.
And you've never been to Paris, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Jacqueline never been. So I'm like, here's the reservation. I walk. I mean, this is the walk of the lifetime, and that's the thing that the Chateau Voltaire. I walk maybe half an hour walk to the restaurant. I'm going over the Seine. I'm walking through whatever the hell that park is. It's just. I was alive.
By the way, I did something that I've never done.
And this is the thing to say. Yeah. One night in Paris.
I know.
You can completely transcend, get years back on your life, and be transported by one night.
It's true.
I'm over here thinking, no, you can't. By the way, made different by the fact it was a 2-hour train ride. A flight is hell, but I'm just
totally
saying.
Different, yeah. So
I get to the restaurant and I go in. Waiter's a little scary to me, or just like I'm intimidated is what I mean. Or checking in, my friend's not here yet. I'll wait outside. He's like, okay, I'm outside. This guy kind of stumbles a little too strong for word, but not really. Like comes out. He has a cocktail glass in his hand. I perceive him as being in his late 50s, gay, kind of some plastic surgery, something's going on, and he comes out, he sets down his cocktail, he's fishing out for a cigarette, and he's singing in French. I was like, this is unbelievable. I'm home.
Yeah. And
I'm standing off to the side waiting for Jacqueline, making a point of not being buried in my phone, head up, looking around.
Yeah.
And then I hear, Madame, something. I look over, he's gesturing to me. I go, oh, I say my one phrase that I don't speak French.
Right.
And he immediately switches to English, and he's like, will you take a photo of me? Cafe de Flores across the street, infamous cafe where we later went. And he's like, "Oh, get in the Cafe de Flore." And he's saying, "Don't get keep my pot belly out of it." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then he goes, "But don't get too close, my wrinkles." I mean, it was heaven.
Yeah.
So I'm taking these photos of him, and then the waiter comes out, starts laughing, they're chummy, starts speaking to him in French, and then
Is it our waiter?
no, not waiter. Okay. Sorry, the maitre d', the host, whatever. And then he's like, taking a picture. Take a picture of me and him. They want a picture of the two of them. I'm taking their picture. And then he goes, "Now I want a picture with you." So he wants pictures with me. So me and this guy posing in front of Cafe de Flore. But I go, bingo, I've endeared myself to the maitre d'. Because I'm friends with them. There, he starts saying, "Oh, Paris, like whatever." And he was like, "To know Paris, all you have to do is walk this Saint Germain. All you have to do is walk this street. You will know Paris." I was like, "Oh, it's heaven." And he gives me his business card. He goes, "Stay in touch. WhatsApp me." He does hair and makeup. I was like, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Kiss on the cheek. Mwah. I love the kissing on the cheek. I just fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then Jacqueline walks
I
out.
arrive. I see Kate yucking it up. Except not that energy. It's much more French.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to do a quick version of what went down.
Okay.
So, again,
We go, by the way, and again, this is so me that I go in, I immediately go, "Oh no, the lighting isn't exactly what," because it's not a fancy place. It's a nice white tablecloth, but it's not like a dark, moody.
No.
Like, and initially I go, "Oh no, is this not
it's very
what
bright.
I want?"
Yeah.
But it became what I wanted because it was real.
Yeah, you have to accept it on its terms and come to understand.
Exactly.
Oh, this is what it is because this is what it is.
And this is what's real.
If this is the
And
classic place,
we are brought to the back where mirrors on the walls, mosaics, the classic fixtures, and we are French people on all sides, which is what you want.
chair.
There is a long table next to us, maybe 8 people, and they are French.
I think they were on vacation from somewhere, but they spoke. The headline is, well, we had this easily vegan, more or less, I think it actually was the couscous or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think there was butter and anything. It's easily sort of vegan, lunch together, whatever. Not really thinking about any of it, not really worried about any of it, whatever. We sit down and I guess in my mind, I mean, it's just about seeing Kate. I'm sort of like, oh, I'll figure something out. I don't care. I'll just, even if I eat like some weird side and then later get something, But my intention is to hold on to my plant-based existence, right? Because, it's like if me and Chris go on a romantic trip to Paris, and whatever, maybe I retain this idea that for me, food as a cultural experience still holds value. Okay. I mean, duh.
Of course.
But where something that I'm doing for health, essentially, I am willing to, I'm still drinking booze. We know that's a class 1 carcinogen, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. So I like my lifestyle overall, how I do it. I like my Instant Pot. I like the whole thing. Nutritarian when it's under my control. But I just hadn't really thought it through, and I wasn't prepared. This wasn't like the moment I was going to do it. And so it's sort of like this moment where I'm just trying to, with the waiter, I'll just get a salad and a side of the vegetable, just this kind of thing.
And he's instantly like, "What?" Like it's complicated for him.
And I'm even when I say vegan, I don't want to bring it up with them. If I could navigate the menu without it,
of course.
But I'll just say vegan because they know what that means. But the problem is it triggers this moral thing for them that this is my moral and I have a problem with what you're doing here otherwise. That's not it. So it's a nightmare. As me as a food lover, it just is tough. So when I like to be someone that's all about more food, more whatever. So it feels out of line. So I'm sitting there, I'm having a lot of anxiety. We've ordered 2, like salad, whatever. Kate's got the, thing coming. It's like, it's chaos. It's stressful. It's chaos.
Yeah.
I start spinning about, oh my God, I can't do this. Like I can't my plant-based lifestyle's like, it will never hold. And I don't know. It just is this moment. Here come the tears. Okay.
Yeah. I see her. I see that. I see the big wet tears.
Yeah. You hear the clench in my throat
Yeah.
And there was also, this is the thing I keep learning about myself. If two things are happening simultaneously, it's like a breakdown. And I think this is ADD. There was a second thing happening, which was Chris was getting my meds in Los Angeles and dealing with like, will the insurance go through on these meds? And then he's going to send them to me, and will they get there in time? So that's sort of unfolding. And I know he's dealing with either the pharmacy or the package. So it becomes, all right, I'm going to step outside, because this is like, now it's like I've talked to the waiter, said I'm vegan, and now I'm visibly crying. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Step outside. I'm going to call Chris, because no service in the restaurant and the pill thing. I'm going to call Chris. But what I really needed from Chris was comfort around the food thing, as was revealed, because it instantly turned me around.
Yeah. In the meantime, she's on the phone. An Aperol
Outside.
Spritz drops on the table. That I've never seen this. A long silver spoon is jammed into the Aperol
Genius.
Spritz, ostensibly to mix up the Aperol at the bottom. So you don't, I mean,
So
it's
it's
a
not the
small
syrup at
detail.
the
I've never
bottom.
seen that before.
I
I go,
know.
it's beautiful. Okay.
So I got to Chris. Did you get the pills? Yes, whatever. Blah, blah. And I go, I'm in a French restaurant. I just don't know if I can do it, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go, I don't know if I can do vegan here or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, enjoy yourself. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, just,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
do you, what, you know,
totally.
like, and I'm like, well, I didn't want to betray you and all we've done together. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. Enjoy yourself, whatever. I go, all right. Yeah, fuck it. Why am I, whatever. I go back in. Okay. I go, fuck it. Okay. We're going the other way. Call the waiter over. Okay. And I go, and then again in my broken French. Okay. I'm trying, quand je suis à Paris, je ne suis pas vegan. Okay. It's the only way to go. It's like,
she's trying to
I'm
make
a little
clear, I'm
embarrassed
not
'cause,
vegan
like,
anymore.
It's like I'm
He's
changing.
confused. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, it's like what you had presented earlier is like a true restriction, a true difficulty navigating
Right.
the menu. How do we do this? And then you come back in, and he initially gets annoyed because he's like, "Wait, are you trying to change what you ordered? Like
The salad
it's too
keeps
late.
coming.
I can't change. It's coming."
Right.
And then you're like, "No. Add
Additional.
something." So I say to Jacqueline, because I got what I love. I got a steak free poivre,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got a steak. Jacqueline.
Oh no, he first goes. No,
what do
don't.
you recommend?
He goes,
no.
oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I look
what?
at him, I go, what's your favorite thing? Okay. Because first he
And
goes,
he
okay.
kind of gets this smirk.
Because first
sorry,
he
go ahead.
goes, because he goes, okay, so what are you getting? Steak? Almost like, what are we going for? And I go, sure. Or and then I go, what? He goes, foie gras, or foie gras stuffed sausage. He's almost like playing with me in that he's giving the most, meaty things you could possibly say. I go, well, what's your favorite?
And then he smirks. He goes, the veal?
Oh,
no,
right.
he's trying to play with you, a former vegan
Right.
eating veal, right? What's the opposite of veganism? And then you kind of go, sure.
Right.
You're like,
I'm going,
sure. And then you say, what's your favorite? And then he gets this real smile on his face. And he says, the pig's feet. And
What do I
Jacqueline fucking Novak goes, okay, great. And I immediately, and I kind of go, Jacqueline, I'm sort of like talking to you. I go, I'm like, get a steak, get something, get a roast chicken, get something, don't, pig's foot. He's off. You've ordered the pig's feet, which like my mother grew up eating, So I was like, that's so real of you.
Now, why did
So
I do this?
European.
I just want to, because, there might be plant-based listeners crying at home, and that's fine, okay? But to me, it's like, if I'm eating for culture, if I'm picking something that's in there,
Go full
fridge,
Bourdain, Jacqueline Bourdain. Yeah.
if I'm eating for culture, I don't need a steak. I've had a million steaks in my life. Yes, of course, a steak poivre, Paris, sure, right? But if I'm eating for culture, let me have the most,
Yeah.
do the thing, right? And so, and I don't even care. And I accept it. I go, Kate, my only concern, because you were like, what's going to arrive at the table, and I don't know. Like, I didn't ask. I didn't go, is it going to feel like a piece of meat or is it going to feel like a hoof? Okay.
Bone. Yeah.
And I accepted. I go, my only concern is if it's something like there's toenails and am I supposed to eat those or leave them on the plate? And I don't want to look like a fool, in which case I'll ask him, do I eat those?
Yeah.
Okay. So I accept whatever it is I am ingesting.
I'm so impressed. So then
It arrives.
I'm gonna skip right to the end, which is Jacqueline Novak ate every last bite of the pig's feet.
Don't forget.
And I was
There was one bite.
I know.
I didn't
So Jacqueline's
eat, yeah.
eating them, and I'm just like, I'm so impressed. I'm floored. And by the way, she's not making a big deal of it. She's not, oh boy, here I go, bite number 1. She is just eating it. She is just fucking eating it. And I am amazed. I'm impressed.
I've
the
never
coolest thing
impressed
I've
you
ever
more.
seen. No, I was like, this is unbelievable. And you really didn't understand. You're like, what? Like, and it wasn't a show. Like you were just like, well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna eat it. You're like, yeah, it tastes like, and then you're like, do you want a bite? And then here comes my mother in my head. I'm like, I should have a bite, like my mother loved pig's feet. Her mother made them all the time. Like, Spanish food. And I'm just like, by the way, I'm eating a steak. So this is the weird thing of like, well, there's no difference between eating a steak and a pig's foot, but I fucking can't do it. And you even take a little bite for me and you put it on my plate and I'm like, I see a little like it's a little gelatinous or something. I'm like, I just can't fucking do it. Like I just can't do it. It's too far for me.
It stayed on the plate.
It stayed on the plate.
And then I go, do you want me to remove it back from your plate so it doesn't look like you rejected some pig's foot? But you go, and I've never impressed you more. Okay. And it was thrilling because it wasn't me trying to do anything impressive. So
no, she wasn't.
You're just and you go, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life. Okay. Cause you know my act. Okay. But you go, you really are Churchill.
Forgot about that.
Okay. Because I always identify as a Churchillian figure of Potbelly when I eat in that kind of man way.
She's Winston fucking Churchill. She's Jacqueline Bourdain. The waiter comes over eventually, and I see on his face, he's impressed. He is smiling.
Really?
Yes, of course.
I go, remember I go, because again, I know that, so I know like the bill is like assiette or something, or no, addition, like the addition, right?
That's the only other thing I can say.
I'm like drunk on one Aperol Spritz and the emotions, right? So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, maintenant c'est l'heure de addition. Like it is the hour of the check for us, like really going nuts.
Incredible.
He's loving it. We're best friends for life. And did we then go to that other place?
Well, because we're like, desserts are all around us. They look wild, but it's like, let's do a second location. Let's go to Café de Flore, get a cocktail and a dessert.
Yes.
He comes over. A different waiter is checking us out with the bill. He's unbelievable. He looks like a painting of a French waiter.
Oh, yeah.
We start chatting him up. He lived in New York for years. I mean, he's like an Egon Schiele, like painting of a man. Yeah. And then...
Oh, we get... Is that where we got?
Jacqueline. This is how we know that we won over the waiters.
Yeah.
That we're the Americans they love. They hand us two. They don't do this to every table, by the way. I don't know if that's true, but I just don't think that's the case. They're in a very sweet way. They're like, take these. They give us 2 menus and they're kind of long strip menus.
Yeah.
They're not huge, as souvenirs. And then we chatted up briefly at the table next to us, French people or speaking French, and they're like, take it, like frame it. Yeah. Frame it in your home. And I was like, so I'm looking at it right now. I have it magnetized to the side of the fridge.
Suitcase,
and I would love to frame it one day. Absolutely. I must.
We should have kissed it with our own lipstick.
And that's cute. And then the guy, next to me, 140 years old, eating like it's not even like tartare. It's like to me, it looks like just like raw ground beef on a plate. Like it was and with a spoon, I was just like, in red wine. I was like, God damn, this really is.
I could have knocked that back too. I mean, that's the joke. But
yeah,
he kept looking at us, remember?
Yeah,
I thought he was,
totally.
We were just giggling and excited. And sometimes, those older men, they just sort of are like, they don't give a shit anymore. They're just like,
they can just freely
stare at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would glance back and, whatever. But
we get out of there.
Do you remember we had another, oh no, what was it? Oh, it was the Saint Germain Spritz. Instead of the Aperol, this is the new thing.
No. So we get across the street to Café de Flore.
We sit outside.
We're sitting outside. It's maybe 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we order. So I'm going, I want another Aperol Spritz. There's no Aperol Spritz on the menu. I get confused. I say to the waiter, s'il vous plaît, Aperol Spritz. It's confusing. He's just like, no, like we don't. And I'm like, what?
Even though you saw people drinking it. It was weird.
All right. I'm like, I know you have Aperol. Like, what's going on? So then we get this thing. It wasn't called the Saint Germain Spritz. Was it called something else? But it was Saint Germain. And I start going in my head. I go, is that going to be too sweet? It's going to fuck. I'm going to get a migraine. Whatever. Jacqueline, we order them. They come over.
I even said you could have a sip to test it.
I know. And I'm going to say this once. Best spritz of my life. And I'm talking about every element. So first of all, the glass was absolutely beautiful. It's like fine crystal,
Oh yeah,
beautiful
remember
glass.
it was like you if you were a glass. Remember?
It was just
like, it looks
really,
like you.
It was beautiful.
It was neither a martini glass, nor was it a wine glass, nor was it a traditional coupe.
Something. It was something in
else.
between. It was really special. He goes, and he's making the spritz at the table, and he's using champagne, which is my big issue with a lot of spritzes. As we all know, I fucking hate Prosecco. Traditionally, spritzes made with Prosecco, it's fine. I look the other way. He's using champagne for the spritz, and I go,
you turn the other cheek.
Fuck. I'm like, that's what I want. He makes it.
Yeah.
It is heaven.
It's heaven. I think that might become a home cocktail for me.
I know, because it's not a lot. And
it's not sweet. It's less, infinitely less.
I know
sweet.
It's less sweet than the Aperol Spritz.
Aperol is syrupy.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I love it, but no, it was transcendent. We got that. We got apple tarte tatin, favorite.
Yeah,
profiteroles. We're sitting there drinking our
staring
spritzes.
Outward.
It's 10 becomes 11. There's a French guy, an old French man, little loose on his feet, like he's had a few.
Yeah.
With a hat, smoking a fucking pipe, smoking a traditional. When's the last time you saw someone smoking a pipe? Walking down the street, a little drunk, pipe in his mouth, not even holding the pipe, just the pipes sticking out of his mouth. I mean, it is absurd.
By the way, because we're going to have to wrap up and we'll do more on Paris.
Yeah.
Okay. But when I got to Paris in the train station, I got out and I was going to grab a car to wherever. But I was like, let me walk a little away from the train station because I can't really tell what's going on here and maybe it'll be hell to get a car over here. And then I just kept walking, dragging my humongous hard shell suitcase through the streets. I walked like 25 minutes dragging it, just so happy, like I'm finally in Paris. Little girl who studied French, okay, I finally made it on like almost like, and like, you know, on my artistic, you know, lifestyle, like,
yeah,
like that's how I got here. You know what I mean? Because there's like 100 people willing to show up and watch me. I'm like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, not so bad. You know, like maybe it took me a while to get here, but like, you know, so I'm romancing the whole thing. And headline for me was Paris felt completely natural to me.
For both of us. It was so relaxed. The next day, again, we'll keep talking about this on another episode.
Yeah.
The peace in the heart. The next day, I spent the day solo walking around. Couldn't have felt more comfortable, happier. There's a peace. I mean, it is,
Although the thing that I want to unpack at some point, well, two things.
And we didn't even talk about the matcha
for the
place.
Earrings. We did a good boundary, which was we were walking. We'd walk to another area to go. Would you hate going back for the earrings? And we had been sort of in our mind headed to sit at a cafe, kind of take a rest. And I go, no. I'll sit at the cafe and wait it out.
You got the earrings.
I don't know why. I didn't want to go racing back.
It makes complete sense. And I was like, I need to get the earrings. So I went back, got the earrings, raced to the hotel. The hotel was so beautiful, but again, couldn't really enjoy it. Oh, I have actually a quick thing to say. Then that's when we met for dinner. This was a little disappointing. And I go, would someone else have made a fuss? I've been in London without a bath at this point for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. The chateau, there was a bath, but I'm sorry. The shower head, piping hot, great. The faucet for the bath couldn't get hot.
Really?
And I was like, doesn't sit so well given the price point, folks. Doesn't sit so well given the price point. It was midnight. You know, I was like, what am I going to do? Call down? Of course not. Switch rooms? Of course not. But I didn't get to take a bath in Paris. And that was, and this is the other life. We have to do another hour after this because so much life stuff came up and I have voice notes I want to find and play. But so my whole vision was I'm going to splurge for a nice hotel. I'm going to be in a bathtub in Paris solo at midnight, you know. Didn't get to happen. Still had the transcendent experience despite.
And you have to be limber spiritually, okay? To accept that things that you didn't know were going to happen that were glorious, etc.
Yes.
Right? You know, we had an absolute, you know, we had a romance. I mean, it was perfection. But the thing I want to get into maybe next time is the next day when you were fixated on that you could have taken a train 1 hour later. I want to talk about that. And I have video of you.
Oh, well, that's a huge one.
This is where we started.
I started to unravel. This is where we get into the life. You're like a little Lexapro might really help you out because the way that I was, and we're again, I guess we have to go. We'll get to this. We'll get to this next one. But I had a spiritual spin out, decision making, fixation, fear of loss. It brought up everything for me.
And where, of course, the time, the the time spent on that is longer than the times, that you've lost in Paris. I mean, I do this too, where I spend all day trying to buy myself one more day somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, like the cost, anyway, I'm off to Hudson right now. To be continued.
Okay, this is great.
Love you.
To be continued. Love you.